Gyakie. That beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. For check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Put sugar level for check it. For check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Me did the young antechua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come a bushing for Ghana. No, me used to tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Easy, convenient, fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye map him. Tap send. Intienne. Also download the tap send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka come a bushing for Ghana for na. Tap send. Papa no.
Emre tudo nani etena ka mu kwanten akotonyo mabegu ye shop mu se ubenya ni nyina ofako enno so ya asem foforo owo so to mfa akosi kaswa ne mpatamu anasa achimota lapa se kosi nsawam. Jimmy Dale is your one-stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers. Safa drinks, insure, enyane, anasa ade bia wo pebia. So ukoton kwadia enye bebia wo se wutumwa eye Jimmy Dale. You can locate Jimmy Dale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto, or call us now on 0208-920-996. Jimmy Dale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
So, courtesy Gyakie Boateng, our sister who is based in the US of A, I just watched a beautiful documentary about Ghana out from some of the activities that we have experienced over the weekend. And it's looking so good. A program called Good Morning America, and they've captured some beautiful scenes and sights from Ghana to America, titled it Wakanda Effect in Ghana. And this is so beautiful. Yesterday, I'm sure Gyakie Boateng is sending this to me because yesterday we were talking about the benefits of Usher them going to the presidency and all the good things that we can enjoy from it. Watching this documentary tells me it is working. It is looking good already. So if you are in Ghana and you are in the hospitality industry, what you have to do is to place yourself well so you can also tap into the money flying around. But are we seeing it? Are people seeing it to tap in to make some of the money flying around?
I think...
Or we are not seeing it?
No, I don't think many people are seeing it. And that is, I don't think it is any fault of theirs. I complain that this thing, the euphoria and the communication hasn't been so loud. And one thing that I think the ministry is failing to do is to trumpet some of the benefits of some of these events. Okay. They shouldn't see that in that small aspect. It's like they are bringing a lot to the country, and they need to communicate for people to know the real benefit of it. Okay. They shouldn't box it like few people who maybe will want to find out will know. There should be serious communication. That's why I was even surprised that everything about this global citizen project, there should have been a media team that will be fed with certain message that after the post-event analysis, they will be going around to communicate about the event, some of the benefits that we got from that, and what it holds for the future. Okay. But it shouldn't be like you have to get closer before you get some of this information. It should be readily out there, so that people can really feel its benefits. So that next time when some of these events are coming down here, we even know how there are other people who may want to cash in or get into it, but they don't know how. Okay. But if we give the process, okay, if you are a hospitality venture, this and this and this is what you have to do to make sure you can also get it. Then citizens will know that some of these things are for us. But if that's, they will see that, okay, it's for just a few group of people and not the entire creative industry or entire Ghanaians as well. Because I can say in everybody has benefited, not the creative arts alone from this project. Because from other people, drivers and everything, people who were driving them and all the stuff, they are have all enjoyed from this event. So I think to a larger extent, the communications about this one is not going down well. It's not enough.
Let me get another Regan's opinion as well as to whether the creative players, industry players in the hospitality and showbiz space, whether we've positioned ourselves well to tap into what is happening.
Well, Sammy, I will say we are not doing much. I mean, there are a lot of things that we can do to tap into this huge opportunity, but it's not as we are seeing it. I mean, Kojo was talking about media, you know, talking about it and, I mean, making it more public and all of that. I will not blame whoever that is behind, whether the ministry or some of it. Our media is not helping in some sense. I think sometimes the conversations around some of these things, when they are coming in, the kind of how we change or shift the conversations to something else. After the event, I mean, just look around. You will see that there is some few platforms that are discussing very relevant issues about this thing. Look at the commentaries on our social media pages. Look at what people are, some important people who are supposed to lead a certain deliberate agenda to make people understand that, oh, let's discuss, let's have conversations like this to tap into this opportunity. Let's have conversations like this to make the people who even came in to do these things to have a different narrative or mindset about us. They are rather channeling their energies into a different conversation. I woke up this morning and I read a lot of comments. Some people were even tagging me in certain posts on whether our artists were paid or they were not paid and all of that.
It will be part of our discussion.
Yes, so I think that maybe those there who are leading some of these things have realized that, okay, the people that sometimes we even want them to lead some of this agenda, they will come in and they will just shift the goalposts. So let's do it and make sure we are having a very successful, you know, event at the end of the day. When it's done, it is done. But I think it's about time we sit down as people and look at the small positives in everything that is happening around us. Let's rather tap into the positive. Let's channel our energies into making those small positives bigger tomorrow than to make it look like let's push the small positive because it is small positives. Let's push it down. Let's discuss the negative, and then at the end of the day, the negatives will not give us what we want. It will only make us just talk and run commentaries, unnecessary commentaries, and be giving ourselves bad energies. And at the end of the day, some of these results will not be seen. So yes, I agree that it would be nice if we even publicize it for like even 6 months before some events like this, like make everybody aware that something like this is coming, just as they are doing with Afro Nation and the other one, Afrochella and all of that. So we are promoting for you to know that, okay, something like this is going to happen in December. So if you have anything that is related to such events, this is the time for you to start looking for the right opportunities and how you can also display whatever you want to display, make cash out of whatever that is going to be done. So yes, I will agree that it should be done, but the way sometimes we also go about it also affects some of the goals and the vision some of these people have. I don't know if I'm making sense. It affects it so much because it instead of motivating them to do more, I say demotivate you like.
I get. So like I'm saying, to me, I still think that it is high time everybody gets busy, because Nana, you see, you want to blame the media, but as a matter of fact, the media can't spoon feed you all the time. And that is what I also want to add to the discussion. The media can't spoon feed you. You are
No, in this case, sorry to cut you. In this case, I'm not even talking about the media feeding the stakeholders or the masses or the public. What I'm saying is that sometimes the media's conversation with those leading the agenda, let's say the ministry, if you are pushing that the ministry should bring some of these things into the country, if the ministry wants to engage the media, make it known to the media that okay, stuff like this are coming, the conversations we pick from such projects.
But
That's
no.
that
You
is
see,
my
see,
problem.
unfortunately, we are doing selective media in Ghana.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we are doing selective
and that is
media
where
when
that is what is bringing that
Global
problem.
Citizen Festival was coming. Where did we see Okesse Mante go to? He selected which platforms he wanted
Exactly.
to go to. The other day,
All
Kojo
those
said
things.
something. Kojo said, why did they not give it to a certain firm? Like, say, when the footballer, then when the sports guys are about to, they can form a committee.
Of course, there should be a media committee.
Where this committee will be running affairs on the event. But here, what did we see? We saw one figure leading it and going to his selected areas.
Until he came to Peace FM, I didn't know of any global citizen event.
Well, me,
It
I
was
have seen
that
it on social
Thursday
media.
when he came to Peace FM
yeah.
that he said, oh, there's an event. That was the first time I heard Global Citizen Festival. That Usher is in town. You see? So I was like, when some of these things come, what are their mindset?
There are known entertainment journalists. When some of these projects are coming up, why don't we call, say, Kwame Dazi, Sammy Flex, Arnold, say, when you put these people together, their small work will send it to every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
You see, in this era, Nana, what you are saying is a fact. You want the media to be reasonable enough to deliberately push an agenda. That is fair enough. You have some few ones do that. But if you are doing a project of this magnitude, and this is have a collaboration with the government, and there's budget to that, and you know that what some of these things that you are doing, even you are going to use it for in your campaigns.
Yes.
So if you really want to let the people know that you are working, what happened to just forming a media team, empowering them small? After that, they are going around to spread the image. So if you were caught and you were part of it, do you think you will come here and discuss any negative?
No.
You won't do that. You will make sure that whatever we discuss and they go, because the ministry will let you know the kind of information they want you to send there. So anybody who is part of it, and how many platforms do we have in Ghana? How many entertainment shows do we have in Ghana? So if you form a team and they also reach out to all these entertainment show hosts, all these bloggers, everybody, at the end of the day, all the news will be positive. That's where you are influenced. But if you leave it open, you don't determine. And this
what you are saying is the right thing that we as a body needs to champion. We need to do. But the reason why some of these things are not happening are lessons that have been picked out of previous activities. What we are saying, a similar thing happened during the Afrima. During the Afrima, you understand? People were engaged, bloggers were engaged, some of our media people were engaged. But at the end of the day, it is the same media, half of the same media will go and sit somewhere, and instead of discussing how publicities are being done, they will be talking job for the boys. They will find a way to inject politics into it.
And another thing, you can't stop it.
But that is the reason why a certain Akufo Mante right now will maybe lead some of these things, and he will feel like, okay, then this is how we can get it done successfully. Like we all saw Saturday, everything about the event was a success. Whether there was a new publicity about whether there was a media committee or no, we had success at the end of the day. So if they can do without some of these conversations and they can still achieve the success, wouldn't they go for that? They will go for that. Instead of us coming together to make sure that, okay, whether today it is Sammy and all those things, let's look at what they are going to do. Let's look at if they are tasked to make sure there's enough publicity. Let's look at their work, so what they can do.
Even with that, how do we start?
Then we will be just...
How do we start? How do you get to the venue? Some media personalities, they didn't go because they didn't have access. They didn't have tickets.
Yeah, they were not.
So the point is, you don't even know about the event.
Yeah.
Nobody has sent you an email or any message that, oh, you are having an event like this, so we will need you there. So how do I even go in the first place?
It is
Then what I will do is what I will see on the social media or news I will see around. Then I will also pick on it. And when we on Peace and when we call some of the guys who were really into the event, the kind of insight that they give. And I asked the man that not everybody, every media person will have the access to call you. But you are harboring all this information. So what do you want to achieve? And there are other news circulating, which is not the truth. So you guys have the truth. You are not letting people know about it. So what do we do? And this we have passed this level. A show of that magnitude coming from the ministry, we need to have a media committee with budget set aside. The sports guys do it. Yeah. Whenever they are running any campaign, they are going for AFCON, they assemble a media team. So with them, they have a common message that they push out there. And the point is, they don't leave room for people to misconstrue some of this information. Yeah. Because when they know that, okay, a certain Sammy Flex is part of the media committee, anybody who needs information will call you. Yeah. But this one, who do you call? If you want to find anything about the Global Citizen Festival, who will you call?
At the point, I was looking for someone.
You get anybody to call. Yeah. So this is an error that we don't have to.
I wanted to call someone.
It's an error that we don't have to.
A friend who is a camera guy who happened to be part of the production team to look for who is in charge of the media.
Look at that.
So I understand some of these things should not be happening.
So we have to tackle it from the right source so that we won't come and have some of these conversations.
Association. That Okrekumante, you have even been part of the Art Writers Association.
Of course, yes.
Did he invite you guys?
Yes.
No, there wasn't.
Were you guys invited?
No, there was no.
Look at that.
There was no invite.
This is an error that we have to face it where it has to be, so that it will be corrected.
Our involvement is key. I mean, it's very, very important.
Let's just be happy with the wins associated with it, as a matter of fact. But if you are to look at some of these things, then you will not even speak about it, because one, if you are not invited, how would you even go there? The other day I was asking Kojo, Denta and her people brought to Ghana the CEO of Grammy Awards, and what we saw were bloggers who operate on Instagram, who were recording with their phones. Vloggers who operate on Instagram, recording with their phones and just putting private dinner party with CEO of Grammy Awards, and this is not enough. I still think that when it comes to some of these conversations, let's talk about people who are really driving the narrative in Ghana. And we know them, it's not as they don't know. They know when they see you, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. But when they are doing this, then they know who to call. Like, you don't know what the problem is. You don't know what the heck the problem is.
The issue is simple, Brasa. I'm telling you, it is our political mindset and political play, the way we play with some of our activities. In fact, what happened last Saturday, in fact, some people also will just be sitting back and be looking for force or be looking for certain things to talk about instead of looking for the wins for us to all.
What is the purpose of PR?
We should.
It won't stop. What is the purpose of PR? Because you have the right information. If somebody is misleading the public, you deliver the right information.
Let's move on. Nana Reagan also mentioned something about Gyakie, who has said that initially Gyakie was on an interview platform and she said she was paid. That is earlier when Kojo Poku, who is the CEO of Big Ideas, had come on the same platform to say that none of the artists who performed were paid. Then Gyakie comes forward to say, no, we were paid. Then when the Yawa came that, chief organizer said they were not paid. You come to say we were paid. Now Gyakie had to turn around and say something else again. In this case, for instance, who do we blame? Yes, I know Nana Reagan is not happy that people are having such a conversation, but whether you like it or not, if they do their things right, some of these issues won't happen. So, Richie, first of all, let's listen to the interview before you give us Gyakie's tweet trying to do damage control. And do you know what I've seen? I've seen that looks like they have paid their bloggers just to be posting Gyakie's tweet, the tweet that is correcting, doing the damage control. They have paid bloggers to be doing it. I've seen Gyakie post it. I've seen Sammy. The moment I see all these guys post a single thing, I know agenda is on. Now they know Charlie Yawaba, so they have to quickly correct it, and it's funny. Richie, if it is ready, let's watch it, and let's have some more discussions.
Jumping on discourse, eh?
You know, I have to say that no artist was paid.
Jumping on discourse, eh?
You know, I have to say that no artist was paid for a performance fee for this. No artist was paid a performance fee for this. Yes, everyone who mounted the stage did so out of the benevolence of their heart.
Jumping on discourse, eh?
You know, I have to say that no artist was paid for a performance fee for this. No artist was paid a performance fee for this. Yes, everyone who mounted the stage did so out of the benevolence of their heart.
Oh, so you went in for the military band for your set, is that it?
Yeah. The military band, we went in for that for my set.
Oh, so you paid them? You did everything on your own? Costume, everything?
Everything was from our team, yes.
You mean you paid them?
Yes, everybody that was on the stage was obviously paid. The dancers, the choruses, the band, everybody.
Oh, so you were paid for the job?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Your full amount?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right. So you didn't do it because it was you believed in the cause for girls for the planet. You believed it was for charity.
No, everybody that was involved in the show, whether on stage or behind, everybody was obviously given an amount because everybody deserves that. So every single person was paid. Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's it's good you had to clarify that part for us, because some of us are beginning to think that because it's for charity, you were not paid any amount of money at all for performance.
No, yeah, for performance, everybody was, and obviously aside that as well, we are also doing this for the cause that you're mentioning, to also get a louder voice to talk about all of that. But aside that,
jumping on discourse, eh?
You know, I have to say,
everybody was most definitely. But we are also doing this for the cause that you're mentioning, to also get a louder voice to talk about all of that. But aside that, the performances, everybody was most definitely paid for the
that's beautiful too.
Okay, so this is how interesting sometimes our game is. And once again, if a section of the media decides to talk about it the way they want based on some of these things, how do you blame them? So after all these brouhaha, confusion here and there, then Gyakie puts out a tweet, obviously, to do a damage control. I want us to read the tweet as well before I get the views of my people as to how this could happen, who was wrong, who could have prevented this from happening, and more. Richie, let's read the tweet from Gyakie before I go to my people. So she tweeted that we all believed in the cause and the change it will bring, hence agreeing to be a part of it. Yes, Global Citizen did not pay us for our performances, but invested in our performances and made sure the team was good and comfortable. How on earth do we have a big event like Global Citizen and you assume everything is completely free? People worked on it for days to make this successful. When I say we were paid and everyone on the stage was paid, I only meant that there was investment in the performances. This was after Gyakie had granted an interview saying that, how can we do such an event and nobody will pay? Obviously, everybody who was on the stage was paid. Nana, wait, a month for car, on my body. Because when you pay, why it's supposed to be there? Why are people having this discussion?
Yeah. Me yes, I'll posting it because I thought it was very, very unnecessary for us to be having which artist was paid and what artist was not paid after an event like this, and also going further to have an engagement with the CEO of Grammy Awards. So I was personally expecting that by now we should be looking at other factors, especially where we would be having conversations around how our artists can, go to America and get set some of this recording academy plugs to be working with distribution networks. Let's have that conversation so that it will prepare them from now to, let's say, next year and the years coming. And then they will work towards that lane if they want to win or achieve the Grammy success. I think as an industry, these are some of the conversations we should lead after such a successful event. We should be we should be discussing the good that we have all enjoyed. In fact, in your intro, you were saying Gyakie also made you watch some of these things. These are all highlights that the media can lead conversations that people can also, talk about some of these things. And I feel these things will do us more good than, sometimes talking about some of these things. I'm not saying that somebody asking about how much you were paid was wrong or a crime. The point is, sometimes what motivates such conversations is key. It's very, very important. And we all know the country in which we find ourselves in. This is a country where some of these things, some of these conversations, especially, will only land us into discussing where did the money come from. And somebody who is naive and doesn't know anything about what budget was put into these things will start shifting these things to politics. Like, they are using taxpayers' money to pay for. People who have, would have different kind of conversations that the media will also not find time to even address or correct such conversations. And that is my worry. Because these things, first and foremost, anybody that knows about Global Citizens Festival knows it's a charity event. So definitely such shows, there are emails and other documents that will be presented to which artists they want to engage. These artists will go through these letters and documents to know or to be okay or satisfied with whatever that is being stated in there for them to go and perform. So first of all, I feel like if the artist is not crying about being paid or them not being treated fairly after such a successful event, where from that conversation, what triggers such a conversation in the first place? We've had a successful show. We are talking about artists having beautiful performances. These artists' faces are filled with so much excitement, passion, and all of that. So what really triggered how much were you paid?
The organizer in Ghana said nobody was paid.
Of course, that is what I'm saying. That anybody that follows it knows it's a charity show. When with charity organizations having such, they will look for volunteers.
So what? You blaming the journalists who asked whether they were paid? You are blaming the journalists.
I don't know if I'm not blaming the journalists for
because
asking
you're saying
that.
Why should that conversation come in? And it was someone who will ask before that conversation will come in. So like when Giovanni was talking to Nana Poku, he asked him, okay, we know it's a charity concert. Were the people paid? So are you saying now Giovanni was wrong for asking that question?
What I'm saying is the entire conversation at that point, it's not necessary for me. When we have other important things that we can discuss.
For a journalist question there, you cannot say it wasn't necessary. Not that it could not be necessary for you.
That's what I'm saying. I said to me it is not necessary.
But for a larger discussion, it is a necessary thing to do.
Because first of all, okay, if you're asking about
for a larger discussion,
so we should look at the purpose of the question for that larger discussion.
Yes.
Where okay, after knowing that they were paid or they were not paid, what next? What happens?
What next is it will inform the next thing. As in when we are going to have a next charity event, someone who will be called to come and perform for free. Even I mean the first one that came, nobody was paid.
But if you are going to play a charity show and you don't know some of these things, then
you
shouldn't even be.
How would you know? Unless someone says
Did you know they weren't paid?
Yes.
Until this conversation came.
Nana, don't be.
No.
You wouldn't know.
Did you know that nobody was paid?
No, you
the
didn't
artist.
know.
That was maybe that was not what I was fishing for.
Exactly.
But so I will not know. Do you understand? Maybe my mindset
I get
the motivation it's not about how much, because first of all, if some boy was paid even $1 million, like why should that be my focus? Because at the end of the Stonebwoy's $1 million is not on that larger scale thing you are talking about.
No, but it's
you understand?
To the industry.
Yes, it's coming to the back. There are things. What I'm saying is that if Stonebwoy received $1 million, it is not a general thing we will be looking at. We will be looking at Stonebwoy's success in receiving $1 million. But that larger scale thing Sammy is talking about, there are key things that we can discuss that it will come to everybody. Everybody will benefit.
Okay.
So I am thinking that some of these conversations will come and then overshadow some conversations that we need to have.
That's where Kojo will say that it is not as if it will come and overshadow. If you have something that you want to sell, how are you selling it? If you sell that thing well, this one cannot overshadow it. It is because you are not selling that information you have well. That's why this will be able to.
Don't blame us.
You see that?
We have to talk.
You see this thing, some of these conversations. It will also, don't blame anybody that is leading some of these things. If this thing, let him get that, like he learns from it and say, these people, okay, if this is the kind of conversations they want to have, then this is how I want to channel some of these things. Because this thing, don't take it for a joke, for a right. Yes, the other day I was telling you that I had the opportunity to have a meeting with Marco Kreku on Zoom, and he was mentioning some of these things. How some of these conversations put certain people's motivation off from chasing some of these things.
He might be doing the wrong
thing. Wait, no, I also have this to say. So let's say if before the event they had done a press conference, they had set up the entertainment committee to put out information first that because this is a charity event, none of the artists on it will be paid. Do you think someone would have asked again?
No, I don't think somebody would have asked again.
To speculate. So because you were not told, you can never blame the journalist for asking, Anna. Never to say that it is not important.
That's why I'm saying that maybe where I am getting from with this issue, I'm not explaining myself, or you are not getting it. It is never about him asking. It is about, you see, the media, anytime we are discussing certain things, what we discuss can also trigger a larger conversation. So if the moment you start it like that, from that is what everybody will be looking at, and every other important thing will be swallowed.
Okay, could you come through? How do you also see the disparity here? The chief organizer coming to say we were not paid, and an artist saying we were paid, and now the artist coming back with a tweet just to do damage control.
In the first place, in what capacity is Kojo Poku speaking?
Yes.
He was somebody who was contracted to do a specific task. You are not the PR for the event. So who is the PR for the event? And can you do such an event of that magnitude without PR? You are a joke. So we have to face it head on.
Is it the same person you engage on peace?
Of course.
And so in what capacity? You didn't know his capacity. And you
you didn't hear what I said?
He is the guy in charge of production. That's what
he's somebody who were called to come in.
But you see where my problem will also come from. But as you are sitting here, if you want to talk to police, I'm sure you'll be looking, you will go straight and you'll be looking for the police PR.
Exactly.
You will not go and look for the police.
Who is not hidden?
IGP
police CEO is not PR.
But
we all know
whether he is hidden or not, you will look for him. You will go straight.
Where?
I want to talk to the police PR. That is when you know your job. You know the basics of your job. You know the channels you have to go to. So you going to look for the production person. Why did you also ask questions about who is even speaking for them?
So wait. If someone comes here and Currency is the production chief here at Sammy Flex TV, and the person asks that, so how much do you guys spend on fuel in your production? And if Currency doesn't know, what will he say?
If Currency is the production,
and he doesn't know, because that one he doesn't put in money.
But definitely Currency will know about
he wouldn't know how.
He will know, because if you've done production, you would have a fair idea what production.
It is money. I'm talking about money here. Currency doesn't put in money.
That's what I'm saying. That since he will know that, oh, yesterday when we were going to we bought fuel at this point.
If the guy, you think the guy was not the right person to answer that question, he has to say, oh, I don't know about that, or I can't answer
you know
that
Ghanaians.
so yes, so don't blame anybody. And I don't know why you want to blame the other guy.
When we called him, we were asking of the role he played.
Yes.
And the technicalities about it. That was the information. But I even didn't know he has communicated on this information that came was
Peace FM.
This is Peace FM I'm talking about. But this one,
did you ask him about how much artist was paid?
He said nobody was paid.
No,
he was asked.
You asked.
He was asked, yes. And he said nobody was paid. But the point is, who are the PR for this event? There's nobody like that. No, and I expect Honorable Michael Kregu-Manti, who is part of the media, to know better about some of these things. This agenda setting by the media, you have to control it. You don't leave it to them.
Today, you are saying this.
Of course.
You that when musicians
I've been saying this thing every day.
No. You that when musicians and media comes in same directions to talk about the media publishing negative news about them and not promoting their positives, and then when the media comes and say that you people are not communicating your positives to us, so it is what we will get that we will publish. Today you see that in the same narrative you are shifting the goal. It is the same thing. If the musician has a PR and he is pushing the works of the media, the musicians to you, the media, won't you also talk about it? Would you talk about it?
Yeah.
So what are you saying? I'm surprised you are even taking this.
If you want to know my stance on some of this negative news, my issue all the time, what I say is, if you won't promote my positivity, don't talk about my negatives. And what I say is, if you, the media, you want to correct this, you get your own PR who will speak for you.
The media.
The artist. If you want to direct this communication, you have to get your own PR that will talk about it.
The media about it.
Of course. But I don't know what is negative about how much was they paid. What you are tagging as negative is what I don't understand. What conversation has gone out there that was negative?
No, it's not.
If I ask you, how can we do a show of this magnitude, and you would think, hello.
He's saying it is unnecessary.
You said it's not. It's negative.
It's not necessary.
I said it's not necessary.
If it's not necessary, it's negative.
It's negative.
Yes, of course.
The point is, how can you? Who would think about staging such a show of that magnitude and you think no artist was paid? Asha flew all the way from America to come here and he wasn't paid. What are we talking about? If you think it is an NGO, and the point is NGOs is a non-profit organization, so they don't do that. They have a different name for monies they give for people's services. That is the only communication there.
That's what I'm saying. So because the person doesn't have that skill,
exactly,
that's the reason he
if
that question.
They will pay on something like honorarium, and that is even bigger than somebody's official event price that he will call. So if you had a media team and even you brief the artists, even artists themselves, that this is an organization that is a non-profit organization. So whatever we will give you, it's not like we are paying you. This is an appreciation of something. So this information will go to the media committee that it will be set out there. So after who is communicating? But this man comes in as a capacity of somebody who has been a local rep and knows the ins and outs of this, and we can see him as a resource person, and we are engaging him. As to how artists are paid from their performances and every benefit that is coming to the economy. He told us over 2,000 people work on this Global Citizen Festival. Talking about drivers, painters, carpenters, and these are all money. So including what artists are being paid. It is all part of the ecosystem and things that we look out for. So if we ask you and you tell us that no artists were paid, without even telling us, okay, this is not a form of payment, but it is an appreciation that we give to them. And there are other benefits that they will get. That is it. But the more issue is, we are really taking things on a normal level. We are joking. Why do you do this project and you don't have any communication team about it? And they are hidden. This should be out in the public domain. Release them that if you want to have any communication about this project, if you want to ask anything, this is the man to call. If any artist is employing the services of any PR, you have to give the information out. That henceforth, communication about this brand, corn and Oregon, so that it is public knowledge. I shouldn't struggle to find your PR.
That's the
Because we have to speak regardless. You didn't invite us, you didn't give us tickets. We found our way there, and we are even doing a good work to talk, whether negative or positive. You have the information. When you come in and you pour in the truth, nobody will talk again.
But why are we also not finding out how much, the technical people too were paid? Production team, people, painters.
We asked the guys.
No, he's asking artists. I mean, why are we not looking
No,
at
when we call Kojo Poku,
painters
ask him what he got. But he's not in that capacity to come and tell you this one was paid.
That question.
I don't think that question is. You think that question is unnecessary?
We are creative people in the showbiz or entertainment space. So if we have to ask, we ask about our people.
But there are people, the painters are part of us.
That's what I'm saying. You paint.
I don't paint, but the painters is also.
It's about your consent. So if there's another discussion elsewhere, they can also ask that. The fact that someone has asked about musician doesn't mean at all questions. Also, going to ask about carpenters.
So it's not the concern of the media to
you
go
are not
about
getting
the painters.
me. Now they're why? Now they because we've asked, we have to go and ask at all questions.
let's ask everybody.
The point
let's
is,
ask everybody.
Nana, this one, if you want to attack the right source.
Kojo, I'm not disagreeing with you on the media and publicity thing.
Okay, let me hit back at you as well.
Okay, last one.
Let me hit back at you. When I also complain that our media likes negative, but you fight me. You fight me that it will never stop.
The negative.
Beef and everything, you support it. So for you to stop it or manage it, come out with your own information and feed the people.
Feed us with right.
But if you don't feed the people and they will feed themselves.
I agree with you. That's not my
as a matter of fact,
my argument. But maybe
when it comes to journalists and questions, they can even ask when was the last time you had sex with your wife. Any question at all they want to ask, they can ask. It is now up to you to decipher how to answer the question or whether to answer the question. So I'm sitting here asking myself, Kojo Poku was in charge of technicalities. If someone asks you where the artist paid, you can say you did not hire artists. It ends there. But nobody can ever argue that it was an unnecessary question. Never. Journalists, like they say, in my journalism training school, we were told that a journalist question is like throwing his hand in a lucky bin. If you put your hand in a lucky bin, you can come out with cocktail. You can come out with water. You can come out with a TV set. You can come out with a car. So everything you come out with is what you win. So for the journalist there, he throw in come.
There's no stupid question. There are stupid answers.
Yes.
There are no stupid questions, but there are stupid answers. And when he was asked about the Usher introducing Nigerian artists, he said they didn't know anything about it. As in, they didn't have any hand in it, but they have apportioned every musician the time you spend on a platform. Stage, So whatever you use your platform for,
that's for you. They
were aware that Usher will introduce this guy, but they don't have any control over it. That go and put this one on bill as Stormzy did. So that was information that he knows. Whether there was anything behind the scenes, he didn't know. But this could have been avoided.
Okay. Still on tourism and how Ghana is cashing in on the many entertainment or showbiz activities running here. There is a story that I would want to introduce. And once again, I want to say thanks to my panel members, Nana Reagan, who is also a Beef Nation president, an event person, talent manager, journalist, as well as Kojo King. Kojo King is also a marketing executive. He is a songwriter, and he is also one of our panelists here on the show. To the guys at the back, Digital Rasta Currencies on camera, Richie Flex, editor, director of the show, Emmanuel Forulapiji is the producer, and Gideon Neelam Tissin is our creative director. And you are enjoying the conversation. Feel free, be part of it, because this is what we do on a daily here on Sammy Flex TV. We call this Showbiz Daily. So, BBC News Africa has entered our case. And this one, someone will argue that who invited them to be part of the case? No, they decide. They just want to be part of this case and they have come. Richie put the Sarkodie's response to the BBC Africa thing out there. Let me read something. So BBC Africa has been following a story that has been ongoing about a certain young man who is a creative. He's a performer, he's a producer, he's a musician with the name Kirani Ayat. That is the name, Kirani Ayat. Now, Kirani Ayat, at a point in time, went to the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture for support. Went to the Ghana Tourism Authority, that is GTA, for support for a project he wants to do. Kirani Ayat was not given the support that he was looking for. Now he put out his works. Or putting out the works. And interesting, one of the works he put out without anybody's support has been used by the Ghana Tourism Authority, shared by our president, and man is not too cool because he thinks his copyright has been infringed upon. So while this discussion has been ongoing, the man has been talking about it on social media. I know some people who have even called me into that. Brother Sammy, please, we want you to be part of this to look for justice for the young man. Well, my producers have called the young man. The young man says because of how the case is going, he has been advised not to be granting interviews, and that's fair. He says he's not going to grant interviews. That's fair. And no. More interviews will be here. But BBC has found that interesting, and they have even taken a swipe at our president. Now, this is what they posted. Ghana's president, Nana Akuffo Addo, has been accused of using a musician's work without permission or credit to advertise the country to tourists. Ghanaian musician Kirani Ayat said he had reached out to government for support, but he was turned down. Sarkodie has won my respect for this because as a creative, he is surely fighting for the good of the creative industry and the creative individuals. So Sarkodie saw this tweet from BBC and also came like, we creatives do a lot to put our country out there, attracting a lot of tourists and investors that translate to money to help nation building. Yet, that's one sector with no support. I feel my brother and support him, especially if he actually reached out and didn't get help. As we talk, the gentleman Kirani Ayat is looking forward to sue. And in one of the videos posted, the president captioned this: beneath the deep blue sky, the black star is calling. Follow the stars and let them take you on a journey of our people. I invite everyone to the country at the center of the world. Visit Ghana 2022. In fact, Christmas in Ghana. So the gentleman woke up and saw that, hey, President Akuffo has posted something. Let me go and check what the president has posted. Lo and behold, he listened and, oh, that's my creative. That's my tune. That's my song. That's my beat. Used right there without my approval, without my consent. Who might have done this? Then he wrote, I work 7 days a week from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. 24 hours, papa. I work 7 days a week from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. for 3 months straight as a security guard, just to save up to make this good video possible. Various awards shows snapped it. The ministry ignored it. I reached out a couple times to no avail. I was depressed throughout that period. But today, someone has used it for a project. And the gentleman is saying that he wants compensation. Now, the Ghana Tourism Authority, they have released a statement. And let's listen to the statement very, very carefully. Richie, you can bolden it a little bit so I read from your screen. And it says, our attention has been drawn to a tweet by Kirani Ayat and a publication by Ghana Web regarding a video produced by the Ghana Tourism Authority, GTA, which has been shared on our platform since 2019 and recently on the social media handles of the president. For the record, the footage in question was acquired legitimately from a bespoke creative agency as part of a project in 2019. Unfortunately, the person or the people who wrote this particular piece did not add the name of the certain bespoke creative agency. Maybe they don't have a name, or maybe they want to do what we call client confidence. Thank you. The video, or this video, has been played severally, locally and internationally, without any issue. The content was used in accordance with the terms agreed with the agency and not as being alleged. According to clause 2B of the MOU signed with the agency, obligations, responsibility of the agency was to deliver imaginative and impactful social strategies, such as content or documentaries for the use of GTA as it so wishes. The agency delivered the content to the authority, and the authority used the content in accordance with the terms of the MOU. The above notwithstanding, since the authority became aware of the tweet from Kirani Ayat, we have reached out to the agency to deal with the matter. This is without prejudice to any legal options available to the authority against the artist and or agency or vice versa. The authority has been very supportive of the arts and has created platforms for engagement and performances for our artists, and we will continue to do so in our quest to make Ghana the preferred tourism destination. And this was issued by the Ghana Tourism Authority. Kirani Ayat also saw the press release and did not sleep, came back quickly, fired back and said, in response to the statement issued this morning by the Ghana Tourism Authority, I, Kirani Ayat, would like to categorically state that no agency has any right whatsoever to my intellectual property. I have not given rights to any agency to use my likeness or work on my behalf. As such, there is no agency agreement, and I find it telling that the name of this supposed agency was not revealed in the statement. Likewise, the Ghana Tourism Authority has also not been given any right to use my video in any of their promotional materials. As an independent artist and sole owner of the video used in the Visit Ghana ad campaign, I have no agreement with any government or private entity to use my intellectual property. The agency in question needs to be named and signed documents made publicly available that demonstrate clearly when, where, and under whose authority the supposed agreement was signed. And this was issued by Kirani Ayat, whose real name is Ayat Makwam. The story so far. Anna?
That's all.
Wait, so you ever can say?
At this point, they said, they are betting and say.
Okay, so Kirani also responded to Sarkodie's. Okay, so Sarkodie gave us some more tweets where he said, a lot of creatives giving up on their dreams due to the system out here. It is either you want to join the mediocre or you quit. If you want to do something epic, because it is no joke, we're talking serious. And Kirani says, it took blood, sweat, time, effort, and lots of dollars to make good that happen. And that was right.
At this point today, with looking at the two statements and the tweets from the artist, I think the best thing that needs to be done now is a legal suit. The artist will sue GTA so that they will be pushed to, you know, make public whatever agencies they dealt with. Now agreements almost signed, almost signed 2019, and more right in some use the intellectual property for such documentary.
In fact, let me add something soon. Richie, I hear in some of the images, Fuse's videos were also used, as in Fuse ODG's video, featuring Kwame Eugene, New African Girl official video. They picked some of the scenes from the video and they used it. A video they released 3 years ago. And information, credible information we are getting is that Fuse is about to release a statement. And I want to believe Fuse too might have gone to them for some support of a sort that was not given. But they have used his stuff. So all these are scenes from Fuse ODG's video. And also Eba Bekasa. People are joking with this industry. Kojo, I'm for it.
Sorry,
Nana Koso.
So at this point, for us to be able to establish the real truth and nothing else, court and I will say omunko. I have been in a similar fight for an artist before. I think 2020, where Rexoma and Baba Sadiq were leading an agenda to have one artist. What's his name? I don't know why I've forgotten all of his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yes, I've forgotten his name.
He's been here before.
Where they were trying to compensate him for a similar crime, where the NDC used something Walasi. So I don't know why some of our leaders, do some of these things, or they commit some of these errors where they know that, Charlie, these guys, especially in today's times, are really doing proper music business, and they don't want to joke or toy with any of their intellectual property. So if you want to use any of their works, then the proper consent must be seek from them. We need to seek their rights to use some of these. I don't think the artists would say, oh, if the country wants to use my works in any documentary that will promote the country, they will say no. I think the most important thing is about the negotiations that you will have with them. So I don't see why somebody will just sit somewhere and think that, or GTA will sit somewhere and think that let's just pick excerpts or somebody's work and just use it, and then let's put it out there in the name of promoting Ghana, and you expect the person to keep quiet. But for us to establish truth and not just talk around speculations and emotions and all of that, I think that the artist camp should, as early as possible, prepare or, go for a lawsuit. Take by now, GTA should be served, especially after reading this statement from them. Their legal team, in fact, if they don't have some, that is the unfortunate thing. Most of our artists, they don't have any legal backings. If they don't have some, they should look for some as early as possible. The tweet and the public court thing, they will not do anything. With Walasi's case, I was even attacked at some point. I know some of our key industry people.
Before I came to the studio, I saw that he's either spoken or said somewhere that he has still not been given anything or something.
Yes, just yesterday, I think Kwame Dazi interviewed him also. So there was a publication on Ghana Weekend that he has still not been compensated. And I had his manager's number where he used to call me and talk to me about how they are going with the issues and the frustrations and all of that. So sometimes I don't know if some of our leaders think because of the powers they have, they can just do anything and go scot-free and nothing, nobody can do it. But it is not a fair thing to. It is never right at all in any sense. If his consent was not sought, then the proper things needs to be done. If there should be any compensations from government, then this is the time they need to do that as early as possible. We shouldn't drag this issue. I mean, this is a matter of legal. I mean, this is somebody's intellectual property. When you touch it, we know the laws that guide some of these things. Let's just strike the laws and let it work. We are not in a lawlessness country. This country has certain laws that protect some of these things. So you see, sometimes we should also learn. The plenty noise don't give us anything. This has been my worry. The noise, everybody will talk, everybody will sympathize with you. That Walasi's case, it's 2 years now. People, those who were crying with him, were crying with him. Those who were attacking him and attacking some of us who took the position to make sure that a certain compensation will be paid to him. Today, they are all quiet. In fact, they have seen his story that he's saying he has still not been compensated. They are quiet. But when the issue came and people were trying to push the agenda that, okay, there should be some compensation to him, they were loud everywhere. They were loud everywhere. They were seen everywhere. But when this news came out, they are quiet. This news too has popped up. The important people that will speak to some of these quarters to get the right things done, they will keep quiet. Because maybe directly it is not affecting them. So they will keep quiet. And this is the problems we are creating for ourselves in the future. This is the kind of business environment we are building for ourselves, and it is not going to help anybody. Yesterday it was Wallace Today is what's his name? Ayat.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it will be another artist, and then that is how. Is that what we want to normalize or what? If what GTA is saying is true, they should go beyond this statement and let the public have every document that states clearly that what they touch or the history, the agency they are claiming they work with, it is legal, it is valid, they work with the right agency, and they have that MOU with them to use the work. It's as simple as that. Let's not drag this issue, and then at the end of the day, the artist will not get anything, and then we will just be talk for nothing.
I see. Kodam, come through.
See, when you give job to some incompetent people, this is what happens. And this is a president has posted, and BBC has come again, and look at the community. Everything looks so ridiculous. Why would an institution certify a content, clear it, they have gone through the right processes, the president is okay to use it, and now this news comes back to hit the president? It makes him look like, the whole president posting something that they can't go through the right processes to secure it. You see, they are fond of doing that. I had a similar case of an artist. I advised him not to come out. I think one of the princes in UK came to Ghana, and the guy did an artwork for the man, and the artwork was so unique and beautiful that when he got the opportunity to present it, they loved it. They loved it, and they were willing to pay. Long and short of the story, the then creative art minister took money and offered to pay the artist 10,000 cedis for that thing. He took big money and offered to pay that artist 10,000 cedis. Even the 10, I'm not mentioning anybody's
Why?
And the 10,000, the guy will go there. Oh, come tomorrow. Then he will give.
At the 10,000, he or she agree.
He said, oh, this one, you. The
guy,
he asked the guy to mention a figure. So the guy was lost, and the guy quoted an amount. And they said, oh, no, let's give you 10,000. The 10,000, the guy will go there. They will tell him to come tomorrow, like that. The guy was sending the secretary. The secretary can go to the office and stay there for several hours. Nothing will happen. And when he gets to the woman, he knows, oh, you come in next week, take 200 cedis for transport. Up to date. He didn't pay the guy. And some of the workers, they was like, why have you been coming here? Is it about that artwork? And according to them, Madam Chairman block. So that is what they have been doing. That is what they have been doing. They always get money for some of these purposes, and they sit on it. So the president feels
the budget they will present alone.
The president knows that yes, everything has been done. My issue is to post it.
Yeah.
But they haven't done it. Even the right monies that they are supposed to channel to this creative, they don't give it to them. They sit on it. And you guys are in a position of squandering our monies. And the little ones that people, you need to pay people, you still want to sit on it. Something you have not worked for. And the artwork the guy did there, it is an artwork worth thousands of dollars.
Or pounds.
The guy does an artwork like, he will get a lot of your pictures. And he will use it to draw a picture of you. So like this one here, it is a pieces of all your images. So you have a magnifier glass that you use to view them. So maybe your 40 years pictures, everything is there. So they loved it. And that will pass for $1 million. But the Ghanaian leading it will corner you. Oh, let's give you 10,000 and go and present a budget of over 100,000 and pocket the money, and your 10,000 will not give it to you. Why are we doing this to ourselves? We are living in Africa, in Ghana, that the country is so hard, and God has given us talent that we can use to break through, and the system wouldn't support you, but rather frustrate you. Look at what our DWP Academy did with Asha over there, and look at the kind of benefits that will come to these guys. So if people are unable to go to school, people can't find work to do, and they have this dancing talent, and they can make meaningful life for themselves. Instead of we pushing money in there, we wouldn't do that. And at the end of the day, when we use their services, they will cheat them as well. Why do we do this thing to ourselves? So I think the gentleman he's even late. He has to file at the law court straight. Let them serve them, sue them for a judgment debt. Because I believe if the agent that they are so-called agents that they are talking about, if they stole the intellectual property of the guy and transacted it with the GT, then the agency they will show the agency who their agency is. Yeah. And now the guy has come that he hasn't ordered any agency to negotiate with anybody on his behalf. So that one is clear. So they should bring whoever agency is that. We can't be sitting in this country and some of these things will be happening. It gives a very derogatory image about our country. BBC Africa posting some of these things
and blaming our president or accusing our president.
They have to accuse him because of the people he put in power, and you are not doing your work well. And at the end of the day, you make the president look ridiculous. Why do we keep doing a series of some of these issues? They get money, they pull budget through, go for the money instead of releasing the money. The same thing that we just discussed. Someone will go for money, go for media budgets. Because they know that some of these things, you need to engage the media. They will sit on it and use personal relationship.
That's what I'm saying. We should find out how much. Because I'm getting some information about the production team.
Which production team?
Don't take us back. I just chipped in.
No, I'm no, that's why the global.
No.
We shouldn't find out.
No, you said you are getting information, but what we are talking about is not.
I'm just
telling him.
Don't take me back. So I support it, and I love it when he has to come out publicly, because
so why did you advise the other guy not to come out?
That guy. Because how the issue has been, and the person is out of office.
And
so
still,
I thought
how many years? How many years now?
No, I still think that, you see,
naming and shaming is part of the development.
What I'm saying that in this world,
sometimes
sometimes when I'm putting out a message, I don't say I'm talking to this guy. I talk to everybody who will see it, so that you don't commit the same error.
Exactly.
So sometimes some of these things should come out, so we learn from it.
You don't want to. You are sitting
looking at the issues around it, and the guy also, like he has that close relationship with the minister, and so he wanted to advise me, let's let it go. But if you want to interview, I can arrange.
If he's available,
I can get back to him if he wants to talk about. He has the guts to talk about this now.
And especially now that we have a similar story right now.
So you see, a lot of these things, Africa is struggling, and God has blessed us with talent. And that is a way that we can use to liberate ourselves. But our leaders will not look at that. It beats my imagination. Look at how our actors, actresses, our creatives, or every sector of the arts, they are all struggling. And these are places that we can make so much money. We can make so much money, but they are not looking at our way. And the little things that they have to do for us, even look at how we are fighting and struggling for royalties for musicians. And they are sitting down. They can do something about it. They won't do it. So why
Painful.
I dare eat me body.
Sadie no.
Me uncle this guy.
Sadie Nia.
Listen, on see you judgment them. Pay good lawyers.
Okay.
Pay good lawyers. Get good lawyers. And sue them big money. Big money.
Guys, I like that.
God has a way of
blessing
people.
Maybe his
big
blessing,
money.
His blessing is
this is his blessing because he came to you guys. He came to you guys that can you help me?
Okay.
You didn't help.
Okay.
And now you are using my content.
Okay, so whilst you are on suing, there's another guy who is also talking about suing someone. I don't know what message you guys will give to him. Here I'm talking about Okesse One. Okesse One is also saying, just as Kojo is advising someone to sue big time and take big money, Okesse One is also saying he's also ready to sue some people big time and big money. And why is he ready to sue them? He's ready to sue them because they played his song at the Global Citizen Festival. Richie, put the tweet out there. So this is Okesse One. He's saying that. So who was that actually performing not today at the Global Citizen show? You all black. Is it black?
Black ball. Black ball me.
Okay, you all blackball me, trying to hide me and still use my song to promote your shows. We had no contract, no settlements, no settlement made. I'm suing you all. Not today.
For here.
Wow. Okesse want to sue Global Citizen Concert Organizers for playing his song. So I know what Okesse One is talking about. You know, at some points during the show, the MC and the DJ, they were hyping the crowd. And at that time, they could play just anybody's song. Whether you were billed on the show to perform or you were not billed, they could just play your song. They did it, Shatta Wale plays enough of Shatta Wale's songs and fans were going gaga. I'm sure it's the same thing Okesse One has seen and he's like, hey, you guys are trying to blackball me. You don't want me to shine and at a show you are using my song. So you were talking about suing. Should Okesse One also sue?
Oh, the court there is there for everybody. If you think that you have a case, you can go there. At the end of the day, you will sit down and bring the books and open, flip it page by page, and read it to you, and let you know whether you have a case or not. But I think you've seen some of this content at events. There is some things they pay. So if
every event organizer pays to gamble.
Exactly. So that one.
So is this one ignorance or what?
Ignorance, or trying to come into the picture.
But it should come well.
Now the way things are going in our media speed, they think everything is coming. Everything works.
Every coming is coming.
Exactly. Every coming is coming. in any way, it's being mentioned, it's being talked about. But basic information like you're supposed to know that you pay royalties and stuff to certain institutions.
So what message do you have for him?
Oh, if it is he's serious about it, he should go to court. We will come and support him. At least some lawyers need money. Some lawyers want to work. We can suggest our man for him. No. Firanke. Yes. Firanke contact me.
Firanke is my artist. I won't let him go.
Why?
And Morrison.
Why you don't want him to fight?
No, we are not interested. No, we are not interested.
It's money.
We are not interested.
Okay.
Isn't every money we chop?
Okay, so Morrison Powell, lawyer Morrison Powell is there. Or if you want Intidosu chambers, you can come. Then they'll go and help
they can go for
lawyer Intidosu, as I said. Also, if it is for being into the conversation, then fine. Okay. It is a good way to also come into the picture for people to know that your song was also played, because I told you this is the platform that every musician would love to be associated with in one way or the other. So it shows that he also has a good song that is recognizable. If that is the case, fine. But if he is caught, maybe you are going to throw money away. He has money, he is going to throw money, and that will also add to the hype. If Okesse One is a court day in day out, media will talk about it. So you should go.
Okay, now, what message are you also going to share with?
Well, for me, I think if it is a joke, then it was a very nice joke. But if it is not a joke too, and he is serious about it, why not? I mean, he should go to court. Yeah, he should proceed and go to court. Maybe after the court proceedings, he will know his position, and then those who also don't understand like him. For all you know, he's not the only one that doesn't know how some of these things work. So people, after the court proceeding, will give us an opportunity for those who don't know to also acquire some knowledge, and then it will be good for everybody. So if he is really serious about this tweet, me, I will encourage him, just as Kojo is saying, to go to court, so that, I mean, we will know who performed now today, and they did not ask his permission and all of that, no settlements and all of that. I mean, it is not nice. If people should stop playing artist song like that.
Okay, so finally, let me ask you guys what you think. If, and once again, I want to use the word if, that condition, if an artist is saying to have endorsed, or if an artist is saying to have signed as an ambassador to a sex enhancement product, will it be considered evil or bad or negative to his brand? Because as it stands now, I'm not too sure about this. When my producer Lapiji sent me, Lapiji, are you sure about this? And Lapiji said, yeah, some Shatta communicators, let me use that word for them. Some Shatta communicators are posting and saying, really? So it could be true, eh? Okay, no. Then let me ask my people whether maybe it is no big deal. So according to what we are seeing, a Nigeria-based product company, Fekomi Herbal is saying, has signed Shatta Wale as their brand ambassador to represent their brand in Ghana. And me knew. Now,
but how is it sex products?
Oh, say products in the, I know the bit my sex products.
A bit nyai. Fekomi Herbal. If you are with some malaria,
I still don't want to believe. But is the picture even right? Is it not a Photoshop kind of picture?
It doesn't look like Photoshop.
It looks like for me.
Oh no.
Oh, look at the neck.
Whose neck? Shatta Wale's neck?
Yes.
Oh how?
Oh, Nana, look at it well. The body and the head. Look at it well. Maybe Richie can zoom that portion and let's see. And
but is that the only picture flying on the social media? The handshake and the way they are holding the products, it also doesn't look. No.
It's not real.
No.
No. This can't be real. Fekomi Herbal.
But Pardonation. Shatta Wale doing the Pardonation.
I think it's like a herbal tea, a detox. A detox.
It's not.
No, the product could be true. But as to whether really Shatta has signed to it.
Is it on Shatta's page?
No, Shatta has not posted. And that's what I'm saying, one of Shatta's communicators. But what message, Lapiji, maybe you have to add that. What message did Shadrach add to this?
It's from Shadrach Amonu.
He posted. And maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe Lapi should add that message. What message did he add to this? If it is something worth considering. But for now, they ask me who is a man for person with this Shatta Wale. That's it. So yes, we are called Todd dying fresh. Be a man for can was them. Dying say papa. I'm sure, Rich, you guys have to bring the land to the house too. Let's talk about the house matter as well. I think that is more important than this particular one. But even if this,
but the question was very legit. Let's discuss. It's very important.
How is it important? Like,
oh yeah, it's important. You know, people will frown on it, and it's not bad. I mean, these artists, they have sex, and they should be used as tools to educate people when it comes to sex. So it won't be bad, and me, I will not agree with anybody that will frown on any artist becoming an ambassador for any sex product.
But will Shatta do this?
Shatta Wale. I want to believe he will do if the money is good. I want to believe he will do it.
And will it?
His brand.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? It's good. They've posted the thing on their page.
But the exact product that Shatta Wale is holding, what is the purpose? Because they have other products. They have a range of products, but the exact one Shatta is holding is this.
The guy is a certified sex therapist. Number 1 penny's good. Hey. Wow, what
Well, now we have to be sure on.
I still want to ask this until I see it on Fekomi herbal powder.
Hey, then Derek is playing. Seriously. Because Derek can package the powder better and this thing there.
Kojo too can package the powder. Boy, you know, it is the Kojo powder. Boy, you guys know it is the Kojo. Okay, we are wrapping up. So even if it is true, but Shatta has also commissioned his house. Please show us that one too.
Another mansion again.
Yeah. We were actually supposed to go there on Sunday, but unfortunately plans changed, and he told me to be happening. That was yesterday, Tuesday, but it looks like we couldn't communicate well for us to go to be part of the coverage. And that is what we just will be saying that. But if Shatta did that,
you said the purpose of the tea is what?
It says sexual enhancement.
Sexual enhancement. Why we have people who have issues with lasting long in bed, and so once they are.
Is it an issue? Is it not natural?
No, it's not natural. Some of them for reasons. Some might be aging. Because they are aging, they are unable to function well, and their women still want more. So
go and take a woman who wouldn't want more.
You see?
Go and take a woman who wouldn't want more.
Which woman will want less?
There are some women who.
Okay, but even
some women are sexually active, and others are not.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be happy.
Active.
Sexually active.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
There is not.
They are not sexually active when maybe you want to go for a first round like 15 minutes and they can't withstand it.
15 minutes.
First round. It's too short.
And the 15 minutes.
15 minutes continue.
And they can't stand it.
They can't stand it. That is
They're less closer.
That is why you can say that lady is not sexually active. Yes, but for 2 minutes and you are done, I don't think we have women who will be okay.
They will even beat you.
When they see somebody who can do 10, they will run away.
I saw a video from some lady saying that. Remember, now Lydia is now 13 cities.
Yeah, I've seen that video.
So please, when you come, instead of 2 rounds, do it 5. So that we take it, man. Don't come and do peer and let us take them tomorrow. You come and do peer.
Yeah, I've seen that video.
It's about 45 men unknown. Lydia,
we go to church. So it's not bad, but any artist or any brand ambassador, if you want to endorse any brand, you need to also look into your values and your norms. If it supports whatever product that you are selling, and the position and the kind of people that you reach to. So if you consider all these factors and it makes business sense to you, then you can do that. But looking at I think people who follow him are basically the youth.
Yeah.
And so if you are selling sexual enhancement drugs to the youth, who we suppose should be stronger with the age, look at also the moral and the other factors that will come to play, and see if you are making a good move. Because they are going to buy.
But could you don't also forget that in our current state, the youth don't really among young who
they understand? They don't have sexual strength.
Yes, the kind of food and other things, how we live our lives now, gives us that short sex life as compared to maybe the olden days. Yes. So now it will be right if any influencer wants to give that education or become part of a legit brand or product where it will not have any effects on the youth, but it will rather help them and then
to overcome their
of course.
weakness.
So it's not
okay. So in another news, Shatta
Glass house, see my house, man. I love.
a new yard, as in like they say his script, and it happened yesterday. Beautiful, a glass house or something like that, and Shatta is going to add this to the number of houses that he has live as an artist, and it looks so good. So far, this is it. I hear he will be doing the official opening on Friday 30th or so. Unfortunately, we will not be in Ghana to.
Oh, I'll be here.
Are you okay? Then Nana would surely represent us. Maybe calling some people to come, and they will be in as well, because it will be a housewarming. And I like the people who built the house for him. This is also a good way to advertise what they do, because there's Shatta Wale. He's influential, he has numbers. So if you do something like this for him, whether for free or at a special cost, it also means that you are doing free advertisement. Because look at when he was even there to just open it, look at the crowd.
Yeah, everybody.
He was just there to open it, Gyakie. Look at the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm sure security had to sack some of them. Shatta was giving monies to them, and of course, this is Shatta Wale. Everywhere he goes to, there is money, and it is good. I like this one. I like this one more than the other one.
The house, than the sex product. But the sex product will bring the money and then he will use it to build the house. So.
But I still doubt. I'm not sure it's true. Because if really it was Shatta who signed, they wouldn't wait for someone else.
But if it is not true, then it will also be bad on Shadrach's part to post it on social
media. I told Lappy to provide something. He still not provided it. What did he write in addition to what he posted? What did he write? Lappy, are you providing that or not? Because, for you know, it could even be a disclaimer.
Okay.
So what did Lappy see before he felt that it was a signing? And I want Lappy to provide that. I don't know why that one has not been provided. Lappy, what they ban because if that is not there, it doesn't make it really solid like that. It could be. This is what he posted. He did not write anything again.
No, there's something, so you can read it from there.
It says Nigeria-based sex enhancement product company Fekomi Herbal signed Shatta Wale as their brand ambassador to represent their brand in Ghana. Really?
Yes. So if it is a fake thing, then there's bad on Shadrach's part to post this thing as.
No. Then it can't be fake now.
And Fekomi page has also posted the thing.
Just. But me mommy did me from picture no. A looky Photoshop mommy.
No, it is
No. A looky pa. Shatta that minim ne can't say. The picture looks Photoshop. More analyst, more analyzing photo ni. The Photoshop for me. And you fancy ya. Your friend is Sammy Flex. I did this with Kojo King. I did this with Nana Reagan, Digital Rasta Currency, Richie Flex, Lappy G, and Gideon Nilam Tessin, as well as I did it with you. Today I spoke with a gentleman from Greece, Kobe. Kobe says he's been loving our shows and he sent me some details, some information, and I want to say shout outs to you, Kobe. Thanks for watching us from Greece, and he's giving me some serious support that we'll be discussing from time to time, so you guys should watch out for it. Until we meet again, if you are going to be in Dubai on 1st October, you should know that 29th September we are also arriving town, and we want to be linking up with you. So just link up with us and let's do something at the marina where we're doing the yacht party. We want you guys to be part of it. It is going to be a night of music, fun, and cruising on the river. So come and let's do it like we have always been doing it. We will meet again some other time. Summer Flex, we out of here.